All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another round of coffee and questions. And what is today's topic going to be? We're going to talk about MIG welding. You could also refer to plasma cutting. I mean, if you want to. We're going to talk about the shields and the tips. Now, on the plasma, it's going to be a little bit different, but some of the same things that we talk about will apply to both, or, welding in general. But for the most part, we're going to be talking about MIG welding, and we're going to talk about the tips and the shields, like I said. So let's get right after it. No long intros or anything like that. And then we'll switch inside. I'll do questions and answers, and I'll show you advertisements on things like I always do. So the first thing is, here's the shield right here. And you got your Mig Pliers like we talked about in the last video, and I showed you all the different uses for these, where you can put this on and grip down here on the, the fatter part where the hole is, and pull this right off. And that's that, and it comes right off. Now, we'll go step by step, and I do this quickly through each project. I always look at the tips here and see if there's a lot of slag built up, and if there is, you can use your Mig Pliers and you could just stick them in there. Like, this is a little dirty, but I mean, it's not bad. I just can stick it in there, and I can turn this like this. And because, like I told you in the last video, this has got a pretty, it's not a sharp edge, but it's got a pretty good angled edge, let's say. It just takes all that slag right off of there. Okay, so let's talk about the shield and the slag buildup. Okay, so after you have it cleaned off in here, you can get some of that nozzle dip or that anti-splatter spray, and I left you the links down below. Let's say you don't have that around. Now, when I'm out at the club, we were sitting around talking, and the guys came up with a couple of other clever kind of suggestions. One, you could put a little Vaseline in here, and you could rub it around. That would do the trick. You could put grease in here. That would do the trick. And then wait until you have a chance to buy, one of the others. Like I said, there are many uses for the anti-splatter spray. That's in a previous video. So now you have the shield clean. You got it greased up, or the anti-splatter on there. You're ready to put it back on. But before you do, now let's talk about the tips. Okay, now on the tips on these, that's what this little hole up here is for. Is it will help you to grip the tip, and twist it a little bit here and loosen it up. That way you're able to simply unscrew the tip to replace it. Or in this case, you can see here, this is still clean. I mean, it's still good. And I wouldn't have to do that if, if everything was going okay. But let's say you got too close to the project and, you kind of burned and you plug this tip up because you just got way too close, or it's just become old, cruddy, and dirty. Unscrew it, throw it out. You put the new one on. You can go ahead and screw this down. Now, most people will just do this and leave it finger tight. The other thing you can do, still using that small hole, put it over here, and then you can give it just a little snug. Okay. Then you can go ahead, you can put this shield back on here like this. Mine just slides on. I have the Millermatic 211, and all MIG welders and things like this could be a little bit different. But now your shield's back on, and like I showed you in the past video, you just use these cutters, you set it right onto here, and you go ahead and crimp this like this, and it cuts the wire, so you got that perfect little, about 1/2 or 3/4 inch, that's about 1/2 inch length sticking out. Now you're ready to go ahead and weld. Okay. So where can you get the best deals on the tips and the shields? Okay, now there's a couple of comments I want to make on the tips and the shields, but you can get the tips out at Harbor Freight. It's a good deal. I'm going to switch inside right now. I'm going to show you the advertisement. I'll do questions and answers, and we'll also talk about the shields. I mean, because both of these aren't exactly a great value. So I'll see you inside in just a sec, and we'll go over it. All right, and here's the other kind of shields that Harbor Freight sells, the Chicago Electric. Again, I don't have any experience with them, but if they work for you, $10, there's no discount applied. I mean, it's probably a good deal. I mean, to pick yourself up, I mean, a set of these, if you can use them as even a backup. All right, now if you happen to have bought one of the Vulcan products, the Vulcan Shields are going to work fine, but this is another thing that you need to check into before you buy. Are the shields going to work for your particular welder? And I saw some negative comments, on what they thought of these shields because they didn't fit their particular torch and yada yada. But again, it goes back to, you need to do a little bit of research yourself to make sure that they're going to fit your particular, MIG gun. Now, I don't buy these, but there are a lot of people out at the club that have bought them. I get some other ones off Amazon, but they're specific for my particular machine, the Millermatic. Okay, and I'm just showing you the completion really here. I mean, you know, for one of them was for using like the flux cord, you know, kind of stuff with the Vulcan welders. This one is the gas nozzle set, so there is a difference, like it says here in the ID, so just make sure you're buying the correct ones. All right, folks, so let's start off talking about the Chicago Electric Mig Welding tips, and you get 20 of them, $12. There's no discount on these. We're just talking in general. These, there are people out at the club, they've bought these, they've had okay luck with them. There is no problem with them, and they work perfectly fine. What I chose to buy, which I think is a little bit better, and, you know, either way, I mean, you'll be okay, but what I chose to buy are the Vulcan brand. So let me show you that real quick. Okay, I had somebody, you know, send me an email and a question going, you know, why do you talk about these particular tips and putting them on your welder? Well, one, the cost savings. They didn't feel that they were that good because it didn't fit their particular welder. Okay, well, whose fault's that? I mean, you're the one that bought them. I mean, you know, you have to make sure they're going to fit your welder. They don't fit every single MIG welder out there on the market. I've got the Millermatic 211. They fit on mine fine. You need to do your own due diligence, and check into it and make sure you're buying the correct tips. But you can't criticize, you know, the product when you're the one that made the error in the purchasing. So, you know, I kind of discounted what they were saying. Now, there's one interesting note here. I had a friend that out at the club, he had gotten 025 wire and he got 030 wire. And he got home, he realized, hey, I forgot to buy any, you know, tips for the 025. I told him, don't worry about it. Just put one of the 030 ones on there. It'll work. It'll get you by. And then next time you're out there, you can pick up the 025. Minor tip, but it is doable. One of the people out at the club also does a lot of auto body work. And like he said, for auto body work, you're going to use 025. And I told him, yeah, when I replaced that floor panels in that old Willys truck, you know, that I was half-assed restoring a long time back, the 025 worked great for stitch welding and everything else. And the 030 is overkill. You're going to have a little bit harder time welding with it. So like I said, for auto body work, whether it's panels, exhaust, body work, anything like that, you're going to easily want to use the 025. But nice to have the 030 on hand, I mean, for thicker kind of welding. And, you know, I mean, it's up to you, but you can get by, like I said, with the 025. Okay, so let's conclude the video on MIG welding tips. Now, you're going to save money by getting them out at Harbor Freight, whether you get the Chicago Electric ones or you get these here from Vulcan. Just realize the size difference. You know, you got the 025, 030, 035. Sometimes they're out of stock. People tell me, you know, that I read in the comments and so forth, but just keep your eye out for what you need. I think the Vulcan tips are very nice tips. They're the ones that I buy. Other people at the club buy, you know, the Chicago Electric ones. Either way, you'll save money by buying the tips. And actually, these are a better deal than what you're going to get off Amazon. So, okay, I'm the Home Handyman, and I hope you click subscribe. I hope you keep following me and you kind of get something out of these quick tip videos. I try to get right to the point, tell you what to buy, why I buy them, how you can save money. Use that money, buy yourself other tools that you need, or other materials for projects. So if you know of something better, drop it in the comment below, or otherwise I'll see you on the next video. You folks have a great day. Bye-bye.